exclusive insight into the world of Badger athletics, this is Wisconsin Huddle. Here's Andrew Banstra.
Welcome back inside Jay's Bar here in Madison. This is the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra with WISC TV. Thrilled to be joined by Wisconsin Volleyball's Allie Andrews. Allie, thank you so much for being here tonight. This is going to be a blast.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And, you know, the goal of these shows, as always, is we know Allie, the volleyball player, but we want you to get to know her as the person that she is, and what better way to do that than bump, set, lie. You're gonna pretend like all three are true.
Right.
We're gonna see if they can spot it. And we're gonna start with a pretty appropriate thing to talk about in the state of Wisconsin. You're from Washington, but you're from a family of Packer fans.
Yes, no, all of my extended family, they're all Packers fans. That's like a big team in our household, which is funny because we're not at all from the state, but big Packers fans.
The next one is, I mean, this is hard to tell if it's true. The initials of each of your family members spell out your last name, Andrew. Is that right?
Yeah, so all of our first initials spell out our last name.
And I must say, Andrew, I mean, that's a fantastic name. I think we could certainly agree on that part. The very last one would be that you were recruited to play 3 different sports. You had a scholarship offer, not just for soccer, not just for basketball, but obviously for volleyball as well. Is that true? And how'd you pick volleyball?
Yeah, so our parents always had us play all 3 sports growing up. They said you're gonna play as many sports as you can. So I did soccer, volleyball, and basketball. And then eventually I had to choose and chose volleyball, but basketball was a close second. I almost played basketball in college.
Can anybody in the audience spot which of those 3 things was the lie out of those? 1, the Packer fan note. 2, over here. 3. We got all ends of the spectrum here. Mimi and Jada, any thoughts? 3? I guess they're going to probably know for certain, right?
They know me pretty well.
So that's the lie?
Well. Yeah, so the third one is a lie. You were close, though. I did almost play basketball in college, and I was recruited to play basketball in college. I was unfortunately not recruited to play soccer. My skills with my feet, not as good as with my hands.
So all of that about the Packers is true?
Yes, yeah. Family, my whole Chicago family, they're all huge Packers fans. And then all of our first initials spell our last name.
Do you think, was that planned?
So,
had to have been, right?
Honestly, no, because my little brother was a predetermined name, and my parents didn't figure it out till they had William.
Really?
And, yeah, William W. spelled out the last name.
Wow.
But, yeah.
So we know Allie a little bit better, but as always, there's no better way to get to know her than to hear from her teammates. Here's what they had to say.
I would say she's a very motherly presence on our team. She kind of helps the young girls navigate life on the court and off the court. She's always there to listen. She's one of my best friends and one of my roomies, so love her.
I mean, same.
Retweet.
Yeah, retweet. Super calming presence on the court. She's such a fun, teammate to have. And like Jay said, I think she's really understanding. She really loves to listen to us and just kind of help us through anything we need her for.
We've got a ton of more compliments coming your way, including a very interesting one from Kelly Sheffield. We'll hear about that and much more when we come back to the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back inside the Wisconsin Huddle. Andrew Banstra joined by Wisconsin Volleyball's Allie Andrews. Allie, you're finishing your career at Wisconsin, but you didn't start here. Tell us about your time at Baylor and just how maybe formative that was in your athletic career.
Yeah, I spent 4 years in Waco, Texas at Baylor. I absolutely loved it. I had a really awesome team there. I had really great coaches. I loved the environment. Baylor's campus is beautiful. And it's like the prime place if you're going to study science there. And so there's a lot of appeal for that campus. I'm still friends with all those girls to this day. I loved it. I feel like I learned and grew so much there. I played a lot of different roles throughout that time, obviously redshirting freshman year to now have this 5th year. And so I think through that I just learned a lot. And then, yeah, blessing of a 5th year, had a last year of opportunity, really wanted to go somewhere new. I had played against Wisconsin for the last 4 years. I had played here actually in the field house my freshman year, And I remember sitting in like one of the upper deck sections, scouting the other team, and was like, wow, like this is what volleyball should feel like. You couldn't hear anything, you couldn't see anything because of the lights. And it was just such a crazy environment. And so now getting to play there as a Badger has just been unreal.
So you're from, is it Marshfield, Washington? Do I have that right?
Ridgefield.
Ridgefield.
Yeah, Ridgefield, Washington.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's like yeah, pretty close.
Okay.
It's a small town kind of like on the border between Washington and Oregon. And so volleyball not super huge there. But so we'd always watch it, but we had to drive like 2 hours for like club practice. So I think now being at a huge volleyball school has just been really cool.
You've done stuff on the court, you've done stuff in the community, and the community stuff is something I have to point out.
Yeah.
You know, you tried your hand at coaching by working with none other than Kelly Sheffield's wife, with the
Yeah.
12-year-old Madtown Juniors, is
Yep.
that right?
Yeah, so I think I had been in Wisconsin, in Madison, for a week, and I get a text from Kelly's wife, and she's like, hey, like, want to come help coach 12-year-olds? And I was like, yeah, of course, like, sure, like, that'll be fun. So I think I hadn't even talked to Kelly yet, and I was like talking to his wife. We were coaching together, so it was so fun. Those girls are so cute, and they're so high energy, so that was really entertaining, honestly.
So you mentioned the fact that, you know, you didn't know Kelly that well when you knew his wife, and you haven't known him that long, but
Yeah.
long enough for Kelly Sheffield to call Allie Andrews, or put her on the Mount Rushmore of nicest people that he's ever coached.
Gosh.
Maybe an odd way to phrase that, but a tremendous compliment. I mean, what's it been like working with Kelly? And, you know, obviously, I want to
Yeah.
say, what's it like to hear that, but that'd be a little bit, I don't
Yeah.
know. What are you supposed to say?
Yeah, no, that was really kind of him to say that. I love Kelly. He truly is. We call him the Midwestern dad. And he
perfect.
100% is. Like, he's a dad of 2 girls, and he is a dad as a coach as well. And so he does a really good job, I think, of balancing like tough love here. Like, he always gives it to us straight, which I like so appreciate as a coach, but also just he can have fun with us and laugh with us. For instance, this past week we had a trial for a dead fish that happened, like with one of the girls, like their pet fish died, and so we had like a trial during film, and Kelly orchestrated the whole thing. Like, he knows how to laugh, he knows how to joke with us.
Oh,
but
you
he
had a
also
trial to see.
Yes, he put players on trial to see whose fault this dead fish was, and it was really funny.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
We heard that Kelly described Allie as on the Mount Rushmore of nicest people she's ever coached, but here's what Kelly had to say about Allie, the athlete.
We wanted to get older. We wanted to get more mature. We wanted to get more experienced. We wanted to get more talent. She brings all of that. Allie's is not only what we hoped we were going to get with her, she's exceeded what we thought we were going to get from her on and off the court. And I don't know if that's rare, but you get pretty excited when you get somebody that exceeds what you're hoping you're going to get out of them.
You come from a family of athletes. Your
Yeah.
dad played college basketball. Your sisters are both playing collegiate volleyball, but
Yeah.
your mom's athletic career is maybe what is most interesting to me.
Yeah, my mom had a pretty unique athletic career. When you think of kind of mainstream sports, you don't really think of fencing, but my mom, she fenced at Notre Dame for 4 years, so Midwest also, and then she went on to become an Olympic fencer. So she actually competed in the Pan American Games, and I think has some medals shoved in a drawer at home. So she is probably the most humble woman ever, and so I think somewhere in like one of my brother's drawers is my mom's medals, but no, she is such a cool athlete.
Did you ever fence with your mom, or did
Yeah.
she want you to get into it?
You know, she never put us into it as kids. I kind of wish she had, because I think it would have been fun to learn. I will say, in the kitchen at home with like a spatula or whatever utensil, I would try and fence with her, but somehow she would always end up with the spatula that I started with. So it never went well for me. So I learned my lesson numerous times that she's much better than I.
We've talked about fencing, we've talked about this and that, and Mount Rushmores of nicest people, but when we come back, we'll talk about volleyball next on the Wisconsin Huddle. Welcome back inside the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra, joined by Wisconsin Volleyball's Allie Andrews. We've talked about a lot of things, not so much volleyball, so let's do just that. 2 straight ranked wins for the Badgers. What can this team be? Like, how good is this team right now?
We're always looking at, okay, how can we win a national championship? Like, we're a team where we have the goal of we want to compete at the highest level, we want to win at the highest level. I think this week getting those 2 big wins, especially with the RPI in consideration, was huge for us. I don't think we've unlocked our potential yet. I think that we're gelling together really well and we're working together really well, but I can't wait to see what we can keep doing.
So looking back at the season, obviously there's a lot of highlights, but one of the biggest highlights has to be going back home.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you playing a couple of matches basically in your backyard?
Yes, that was so fun. So I have actually never competed on the West Coast, coming from the Big 12 conference and now in the Big 10. Since Washington and Oregon just got added, that was huge. So being able to compete at University of Washington was so fun. I got to have all of my family there, my grandma. Like, I probably had 20 tickets at that game, which was so fun. My brother had never gotten to come to a game, so he got to come to the Oregon one, so that was really special. But just getting to play at home, it was fun getting to go back.
So I have to ask, who is the real UW? Is it Washington or is it Wisconsin?
Oh, here, Wisconsin all the way.
Good,
No,
sure.
Wisconsin all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've talked a bit about volleyball, but now we got to go back to a fan favorite game that has only been around for 1 week. Ooh. We call it Scroll Patrol. Now, Mimi went 4 for 4 last week. We've got 4 more Instagram posts. The very first caption, and you can look now because it's all blanked out. This is a very interesting caption. It says, "Need a plunger for this one." Not sure what that could be referring to.
Oh my gosh.
And that doesn't really give you any hints,
No,
honestly.
no, it doesn't. I'm trying to use some context clues and need a plunger for this one? I'm thinking Charlie.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
I was like, that seems like a Charlie. She's pretty unserious with her captions too.
So
I'd love to know the backstory between that one though. Because need a plunger for this one. I need a backstory.
So this one maybe a little bit easier, right?
Oh.
The caption reads,
"Forever thankful for Baylor volleyball." Wonder who that could be.
I wonder who it could be. Any guesses?
Is her name Allie?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
She's sitting right here.
Perfect. Yeah. No, I had to pay homage to my former team, former school, but I was so excited for this opportunity and to get to come here, and was not in the portal for very long, but it worked out, and I'm so happy to be here.
So you're 2 for 2. We've got 2 more posts to go. Okay, this one also is pretty tough.
Okay.
The caption is, "Saw Jack Harlow today. How about you?"
Ooh. So I was gonna guess it was either Addie or Kristen. I feel like they're big concert girls. I'm thinking Kristen then.
Kristen it is.
Okay.
3 for 3. I don't exactly know who on the left is, but
Yeah, I don't either,
Yeah.
but Kristen looks cute. She's got a cute little pink dress on. Love that for her.
okay, so here's the 4th one. You can look now. It is iced lavender latte, please.
Okay, so the caption kind of gives this one away for sure. I'm gonna guess Mimi
You got it.
because she's a big ice lavender latte girl.
Sure. Let's hear it for 4 for 4. That's pretty good. Since she went 4 for 4, we'll take a quick break, maybe dive into a couple more posts or something like that when we come back to Jay's Bar. Welcome back to the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banstra, joined by Wisconsin Volleyball's Allie Andrews, and we have another segment of Badger Banter. This one is going to be fun. So if you could have one final meal, or we can say one meal for the rest of your life, however you want to take it, what would you go with? Like, what's that one meal you have to have?
Okay, this is hard because I'm such a foodie. I literally eat snacks all the time. It would have to be some sort of buffet.
Okay, that's a really good answer.
Yes,
yeah.
no, it would need to be a buffet because you have to cover all your bases. So we need to have probably like steak, potatoes. I really like Brussels sprouts. I don't know if that's weird, but I really like Brussels sprouts.
It wouldn't be on my final meal. That's,
Really?
No, no.
Maybe there could be like a breakfast portion too, because I
Okay.
really love breakfast foods. And then probably strawberries, pineapple. Yeah.
What for the breakfast?
Ooh, breakfast? I need pancakes. I need
Pancakes?
like, some chocolate chip pancakes.
Sure.
Some bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe an omelet station.
Fair enough.
I have to cover all my bases.
I don't blame
It's
you.
my final meal. It's got to be a buffet.
And a buffet is the easiest and best answer, actually, you could possibly have for a final meal because you don't have to pick. You can do them
a little
all.
bit of everything.
I don't think your teammates were quite that creative. Let's hear what they had to say.
My final meal would be my grandma's crispy noodles. She
Okay.
makes egg noodles. She's full Chinese and she used to own a Chinese restaurant. So her crispy noodles for sure.
And what all goes into that? Like what is all the
Okay, so she makes egg noodles with gravy and then chicken, Spam, peas, corn, and then she broils them so they get all crispy.
Easy for me, I would pick my grandpa's lemon meringue pie. It's awesome. That's always my birthday present every year. My mom's birthday present. It's like the go-to family birthday present. So, grandpa's lemon meringue pie.
So no meal, just the pie?
No meal, like 7 pies.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Like definitely pizza. It's just like my favorite food. Just like plain cheese pizza.
Plain cheese pizza?
Yeah.
Nothing more?
Nothing more.
Where would you want it from?
Good question. I'll probably say Topper's Pizza.
Toppers?
Yes, it's like amazing. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want like breadsticks to go with it or just the pizza?
Just plain cheese pizza.
Welcome back inside Jay's Bar here in Madison. This is the Wisconsin Huddle. I'm Andrew Banster, joined by Wisconsin Volleyball's Allie Andrews. And this is the 5th set, of course, where the toughest questions are asked and we get right into it. So you were at Texas before. You're in the Dairyland now. I feel like this is probably an easy answer, but if you had to spend a day doing one of these things, which one would it be? Would you rather go to a Texas rodeo or a dairy barn?
Ooh, I don't want to pick. I'm going to say Texas Rodeo.
I feel like it's got to be.
Yes, it has to be Texas Rodeo.
Yeah, I feel like you
yes.
have to. Nobody wants to spend it. No offense to anybody out there, but I feel like you don't want to spend.
Barn.
Yeah, right. There are much more fun things to do. Have you been to a rodeo?
I have. I've been to a couple, and they're always blast. I love any excuse to put on cowgirl boots.
Sure.
Wearing those all the time, I do miss that.
Mount St. Helens. That's a fantastic place to go, right, in height.
It's beautiful, yeah.
How would you compare that to maybe, let's say, the terrace here on campus? Not very similar, I guess.
Not very. I think hard to compare those two.
Sure.
Mount St. Helens is beautiful, so that's a yearly family stop for my family. They actually just this past winter hiked it.
Oh wow!
They hiked the whole mountain. Yes, I was not a part of this, but
in the winter you may not miss that one.
Yeah,
too
no,
much.
I didn't miss that one too much, but it's beautiful. So we go every summer. There's this really cool observatory that overlooks the volcano since Mount St. Helens erupted. So it's kind of a hollow mountain, and so it's really cool to go see.
See,
so, yeah.
We're learning even more things. And when I say we, I mean me, because I clearly didn't know this. How about this one? Smoked salmon, is that a delicacy in Washington? Do I have that right?
Yes, yeah. Salmon I feel like is huge, especially up in like Seattle area. I feel like salmon, fresh fish, Pike Place Market that we were talking about, that's like a big tourist attraction there.
So would you rather have that or Texas barbecue?
Texas barbecue.
Texas barbecue?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's your go-to barbecue?
I'm a big brisket girl. My mom makes such good brisket. I will say, my mom is like the cook in our house. Her brisket, 10 out of 10.
Our final question will be, you tell me that your family's very outdoorsy.
Yes.
You do all kinds of things.
Yes.
What are some of those and what's your absolute favorite?
Okay, so we have done some pretty adventurous things. My sisters and I have all gone skydiving. So we went by Mount Hood back home, and that was so fun. I think it went so perfect the first time. I don't know if I need to do it again, but I loved it, and I think everyone should do it. It was a really cool experience. We go whitewater rafting as a family it's called the White Salmon River, so we love that. And then hiking. My mom's like favorite Mother's Day activity. We always go on a hike for that. So
that is amazing. And honestly, I think a lot of people's favorite activity is watching the Wisconsin Badgers, who again only have half a dozen matches left this season. It is hard to believe. Tune in while you can, because this is a group that you don't want to miss. And before we sign off, we always do it one way. It's the Wisconsin Huddle. As you know, what's your favorite way to break a huddle?
Okay, so at Wisconsin Volleyball, you have to connect in a huddle. So we have to be touching. And then it's just Badgers on 3, 1, 2, 3, Badgers.
Cool. Count us down.
Yep, got to connect. All right, 1, 2, 3, Badgers.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next week on the Wisconsin Huddle.
Family First Man.